Welcome to Math Plus, where math makes sense. Create equivalent fractions using multiplication and division. In the last videos, we learned about what an equivalent fraction is. And in this video, we are going to learn how to make equivalent fractions just using numbers when we do not have pictures, maybe because the numbers are too large, or maybe they're just not available. So in the last video, we learned that 1/2 equals 2/4, and you can see that by the picture here. But let me show you a really quick way to find an equivalent fraction. If you notice, we have 1/2 equals 2/4. Well, we can actually find this by multiplying 1 by 2 and multiplying 2 by 2. So in other words, we multiplied the numerator and denominator by each by 2, and we got 2/4, which means that 2/4 is equivalent to 1/2. Now, the reason that works is because 2 over 2 actually equals 1. And when you multiply any number by 1, you get the same thing. It's as simple as that. So let's look at a couple other examples so you start to see it. Some other pictures that we looked at was over here where 1/3 is equal to 2/6 and is also equal to 4/12. So let's start with 1/3 equals 4/12. Now we can look at this very carefully and we can see that 1 times 4 equals 4 and 3 times 4 equals 12. So in other words, we multiply 1/3 by 4 over 4, we get 4/12, and therefore we know that 1/3 equals 4/12. It works with any numbers like that. Let's look at one other example that we looked at. Let's get a little bit bigger number. For example, from this picture, we can tell that 4 over 6 equals 8 over 12. So we can look at this and say, well, what do I multiply 4 by to get 8? Multiply it by 2, multiply 6 by 2, and you get 12. So therefore, 4/6 equals 8 over 12. Now, let me show you why this is very, very helpful to know. Let's go over here and let's just look at this. Remember, it says using multiplication and division. So let's see what I mean. Let's say we want to find an equivalent fraction to 4/5. Well, we can multiply it by any number. Let's try 4 over 4. 4 times 4 is 16. 5 times 4 is 20. Therefore, 4/5 equals 16 over 20. It's as easy as that to find an equivalent fraction. So let's do another one real quick. Okay. So let's say, let's use like a bigger number because that's where it's really helpful. What if we have 9/10? We could multiply that by 3 over 3. 9 times 3 is 27. 10 times 3 is 30. Therefore, 9/10 equals 27 over 30. Now, sometimes we want to find equivalent fractions with smaller numbers. And when we do that, we can use division. So let's look at a couple examples. Let's just use the one we just had. Let's say that we have 27 over 30, and we want to find an equivalent fraction with smaller numbers. Well, then we can divide by 3 over 3. 27 divided by 3 is 9. 30 divided by 3 is 10. Therefore, 27 over 30 equals 9 over 10. So as you can see, you can find equivalent fractions with any fractions once you know the secret of using multiplication and division. I want to show you one more thing where this is helpful. Because when we get to adding and subtracting fractions, you're going to need this. What if I have the fraction 4/5 And I want to find an equivalent fraction with a denominator of 20. Well, I can easily figure that out by asking myself, what can I multiply 5 by to get 20? And the answer is, oh wait, put that in the wrong place. The answer is we can multiply 5 times 4 to get 20. Well, if we're going to multiply the denominator by 4, then we have to multiply the numerator by 4. 4 times 4 is 16. Therefore, 4/5 equals 16 over 20. So we will use this a lot when we move into adding and subtracting fractions.